fake heirs saying fake things, you know. Not all of them. There's some great New Yorkers. I have some great friends up there, but just the whole thing of, ew, don't ever go west of the Hudson. That's flyover country. There's icky people out there. They're like hillbillies and rednecks and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the reason, and you know what was funny about that clip was, so that was the morning clown show known as Morning Joe. And the only person who made any sense, Joy Behar made a little bit of sense in there because she didn't realize she was making sense. She doesn't want to know the dirty truth of it. The dirty truth of it is, yeah, the Democrats could possibly do better next time if they talk directly to the people, because Hillary didn't. She avoided Wisconsin and she ignored the blue-collar folks, and that's why they voted for Trump. That's their dirty little secret.
Yep.
Secondly, though, what would they say? What would be their message? Give us more of your money so we can spend it on more crap, I guess.
And that's the biggest problem.
Yeah. So the only one that made sense, really, was Mike Barnacle. That was Mike Barnacle, who was like, well, Mike Barnacle was the only one speaking truth to power there. He was like, who are they going to run? You know, I love how the media largely focuses on the dysfunction of the Republican Party, which, okay, there's plenty of it, but at least we know how to win elections by telling people the right policy that we should be pursuing as a country. We didn't win it because we're like the most brilliant politicians in the world. We had a guy at the top of the ticket who finally taught us how to speak directly to people, something I always tried to do as speaker. I was pre-Trump, I guess. And I got in trouble for speaking directly to the people, too. But that's what the people want to hear. They don't want to hear a bunch of malarkey anymore. You know, they're tired of politicians. They're tired of secret slush funds to pay sexual harassment claims. They're tired of an IRS building that stretches for 7 city blocks in Washington, D.C., you know? Tired of all of it.
Yep.
Someone who's not going to take it anymore is County Councilman Mark Harder, right?
I beat you.
Let you borrow my studio audience.
Yes, they are great this evening.
Yes.
Very, very, very upbeat audience.
Yes, they are. So Mark Harder.
Well, wait first. I didn't bring you any whiskey tonight.
That's okay. We still let you in the door.
Because when I went to Quick Trip, their house brand was out. So I couldn't pick up any for you tonight, but maybe next time, maybe a little airline bottle of your Quick Trip whiskey.
That would be fine. Bring a straw.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you you get involved with the Backstoppers people, right? And Guns and Hoses and all that kind of stuff?
Great organization. And one of our councilmen on the council is very Pat Dolan is very involved with that group and spends a lot of time with them, raises money, and they raised a boatload of money a couple of days ago and sold out crowd. And I don't know what our police force would do without Backstoppers.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I know you're very involved with the county police, and I had Chief John Belmar in here on Thanksgiving Day. Very good of him to come in and spend a little time with us on his holiday. Yeah, he's fantastic. Hey, want to ask you about something that I've been wondering about. I think you and I talked about this 6 months ago. What is up with the whole U-City trolley boondoggle dealie? I mean, is that still around?
Unfortunately,
this guy brought his own stinger box. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, the last news articles that came out dealt with they call it Joe's Folly, and what they're talking about is they want another $500,000 so they can actually open the trolley, and they keep testing it, running it up and down the street to see if it moves.
How much have they spent so far on this trolley?
About $51 million.
How much of that was taxpayer funds?
$51 million.
You're kidding me.
In some form or another.
We could have built a Hyperloop to Kansas City by now, right?
Yes, we could have.
$51 million on a frickin' trolley that goes in a circle?
Yes, 2.25 miles. It's about $21 million a mile.
What a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, we could have rebuilt Lambert Airport for that.
Oh my gosh, Mark, I seriously, this wasn't a setup. I did not know the number was that high.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
And they want how much more?
They want another $500,000. They came back last year and asked the county for $3 million, and reluctantly, some folks on the board, not me, but 4 others on the board reluctantly gave them the $3 million, and 3 of us voted against it. Thought it was a big waste of time and a waste of money, and so now that didn't seem to satisfy the beast. Now we have he's coming back for another $500,000, saying that he needs this amount to get the trolley up and running and build, buy new signs and all that kind of stuff. So it's just ridiculous. It's a huge boondoggle. I've spoken out against it for a long time, and I just can't take it anymore. He hasn't come to us officially. He's come to us through the media. And so it's going to get voted down if he does, and I think he needs to find a different sugar daddy for his money.
Good grief. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
$51 million.
It needs to be on one of the national shows. John Stossel, would probably be fascinated by that.
Or, if it ever opens up.
Right. So, hey, on another note, we did pass, we as in the, plurality, the Prop P. St. Louis County voters passed Prop P. And why don't you remind everybody again, how was that? What was the campaign on that?
Prop P was a campaign put together by our county executive, Steve Stanger, and it talked about raising money through a sales tax, half cent, to go to our police forces within St. Louis County and all the municipalities, and to be divided up based on population, and for that, we're getting raises for the county police and new training and more equipment and things that we were desperately in need of. And we were losing about 2 officers a pay period to other municipalities and counties surrounding us because of our pay structure was inadequate. So now we have the money to give those pay raises to them and to make them closer to the average or a little bit above average, not being higher than, but closer to the average to surrounding police forces, so we can slow down the attrition and give them the pay raises that they needed to be competitive in the region. And
the concern with these things is always, is the money going to go for what the campaign says it's going to go for?
Yeah,
how do you feel? Do you think it's going to? Do you think there's still some concern about that? Is there precautions put in place?
When it was first passed, that was my main concern, because I've seen this in government, is that you have a big inflow of taxes, and if you don't designate that money or protect it in some way, it goes into the general fund, which means it can be divided among all different services and all different departments. And so what I did just recently is I passed an ordinance and got 4 of my colleagues to go with me on this. But we passed this ordinance that basically says that this money is now protected in our budget as a line item in our budget for Prop P. So it's protected on the income side, and it's also protected on the outgo or the expense side, so that regular citizens like you and me can go in and track this and see exactly what this money is being spent for. Because in past, when different governments have created these type of bond issues or tax increases, the money usually didn't go to where it was supposed to go.
Right.
And we talk about the lottery and talk about casinos and that kind of thing. So by doing this protection, it's very transparent and people can see exactly where this money is going. It's barely started coming in, because we just had 2 months of this year that the money will start coming in.
Gotcha.
And where we'll get our big hit on this is next year, towards the middle to end of next year, where we'll see the big chunk of the money that we anticipate coming in.
Sounds like some good government may break out. My goodness.
Yeah.
Holy cow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's County Councilman Mark Harder. He's going to be back with me after our short little break here to help me wrap up the show. We're going to talk about the budget. It's county budget time. I've also got some more stuff from Alan Dershowitz on how Mueller is going way beyond the scope of his investigation. And this Uranium One deal, folks, it's going to be bigger than the mainstream media wants you to believe. It's Tim Jones. You're listening to The Tim Jones Show. We're here every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Follow me at Speaker Tim Jones on Facebook or Twitter. We'll be back with more after this.
This is The Tim Jones Show.
I have to tell my kids that I'm a rock star now.
On FM News Talk 97.1. Join Jamie Allman for a special happy hour event with the Heritage Foundation, Thursday, November 30th at Cyberg's on Dorset, with a panel discussion on tax relief for the American people and how it benefits Missouri families. Details and register for this free event at 971talk.com.
Don't let a flooded basement ruin your holidays. Is your basement protected against groundwater intrusion from heavy rains or snowmelt, which increases pressure on basement floors and walls? If you already have cracks in your basement floors or walls, it won't be long before water finds its way in, causing property damage, mold and mildew, and creating an unhealthy environment for you and your family. What are you waiting for? Call the basement experts at Midwest Basement Tech for a guaranteed solution on how to protect your basement against water intrusion. Our estimates are free and save 10% on all orders placed before January 1st. We service the complete St. Louis metro area with certified technicians available to service any type of foundation problem your home may have. Family owned for 40 years. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Need sump pump service or backup protection against power outages? We do that too. Call now to schedule your free estimate at 800-848-9805. That's 800-848-9805. Or visit us at MidwestBasementTech.com.
Hey ladies, want to make sure you get that perfect piece of jewelry this holiday season? Something you'll know you'll absolutely love?
And guys, do you want to get her something that's 100% guaranteed home run gift with an easy, fast, no-pressure shopping experience?
Introducing the Diamonds Direct Holiday Wish List, a high-tech way to ensure all smiles on Christmas morning.
Ladies, just go into Diamonds Direct now. Shop around at our gorgeous showroom. Pick out a few items that you'd love to have, maybe a bracelet, pair of earrings, or a piece of designer fashion jewelry. And we'll put all the info on our electronic wish list.
Then, guys, when you come in, we'll be able to guide you to the items she likes, and you can easily pick the one you want to give her. It's easy, simple, and risk-free.
Of course, there's still an element of surprise, but it's a guaranteed good surprise.
Diamonds Direct, making holiday jewelry shopping easier than ever. The Holiday Wish List at Diamonds Direct now.
Also, check out our online holiday gift guide. It's a great place to start. You'll find it now at diamondsdirect.com, where you can also get directions, details on special financing and holiday hours. Diamonds Direct.
Waiting for Black Friday to get the best buy on a new car just doesn't make sense. At Suntrop Kia, we'll give you the same great savings all month long.
Now at Suntrop Kia, it's no-nonsense November. You don't have to wait to save on a new Kia Forte from $13,996 or lease a new 17 Sorento for $259 a month with just $1 down. Or you can select 0% financing on all in-stock 2017 Kias.
Don't wait for Black Friday. At Suntrop, we got savings all month long.
Buy a new Suntrop Kia Soul for $12,859 or lease a 2018 Sportage for $239 a month with just $1 down.
We know you're busy this time of year, and we'll get you in and out of our Kia dealerships in no time. It's the easiest process you'll ever have.
Suntrop Kia South on Lindbergh or Suntrop West on Manchester and Baldwin.
We'll make it a November to remember, so get in here now and
trade up at Suntrop.
Lease with approved credit, 10K miles per year plus T, $10 doc fee, $650 acquisition fee extra after all available incentives. VIN number Sportage 339764, Sorento 33908.
Find out how easy it is. Shop us online at suntropkia.com.
Right now, BidOnline.stl.com is your place to save up to 70% on brand new items from this station's advertisers. It's your shopping destination for holiday gift ideas, wedding packages, furniture, vacations, Honda motorcycles, bed sets and mattresses, jewelry, even tattoo removal. Save up to 70%. Shop from area businesses like Overhead Door, Ted's Motorcycle World, Ankle and Foot Institute, Southern Armory, The Diamond Shop, and more. Right now, bid on items and services offered by our radio station's approved advertisers at BidOnline.stl.com.
During the holiday season, you can make a donation in honor of a friend or family member. Just log on to heatupstlouis.org and help a senior, disabled, or poor person with their heating bills. This is Melanie DeLeo.
When you log on to heatupstlouis.org, our Gift of Warmth project ensures that 100% of your donation goes towards servicing the needy and not office expenses. This is Reverend Early Nance Jr.
During this holiday season, please remember that need has no geographic boundaries. Please give online to heatupstlouis.org today.
We have a circle of liberty around us.
Weeknights, 9 to midnight.
Whomever we are, wherever we are.
Mark Levin.
We have unalienable rights. Those are the laws of nature and nature's God.
Mark Levin.
On FM News Talk
97.1.
This is the Tim Jones Show. Call now, 314-969-9797 or 866-455-9797.
is, Sean. I mean, there's over 5,000 documents, which include emails, briefs, other documentation, memorandums that the informant had turned over to the FBI and Justice Department. And within these documents, it's very evident of Russia's intentions to enter the American market, energy market, and their intentions to acquire Uranium One.
Yeah, that was Sarah Carter. And she's been all over this real Russian collusion story. And that's with the Clinton crime family and the Uranium One deal. And John Solomon of The Hill. And The Hill is not some right-wing rag. I mean, The Hill takes turns going after Republicans and Democrats. And so Sarah Carter there explains to you the fact that Russia's been trying to get into our uranium pockets for a long time. And apparently the Clinton crime family was more than happy to let them just dive right in. So John Solomon of The Hill explains now this connection between the Clintons and this whole Uranium One scandal that the mainstream media is suppressing.
Yeah, you know, Sarah just said something about the importance of the dominance of the uranium market. This is an email that the FBI's had for 6 years. It shows that Uranium One was part of a Russia strategy to control, not just benefit from the global market, control the global market. That would put the United States at a disadvantage. That's the sort of evidence that this FBI informant has right now. And if you go back, last week we heard several things from the Justice Department. There's no connection to Uranium One. These are emails that say Uranium One that are in the FBI files. They said that there was no connection between the Uranium One case and the criminal case. We now know the criminal case got its first evidence in 2009, a whole year before the Uranium One deal was approved by the Obama administration. There are a lot of things that people have been saying that these documents simply don't agree with.
Exactly. And so that's what the media, the mainstream liberal media, should really be focusing on. But instead, you know, we're over a year now into this fake Russia collusion thing with the Trump campaign. They've got no smoking guns, no evidence, all circumstantial, based on not even circumstantial. It's largely made up. And, you know, we've got Mueller now going down this rabbit hole like everybody said they would do. You know, Obama did one really smart thing. He never appointed a special prosecutor for anything in 8 years. And why the Republicans never forced his hands on that is beyond me, because there were so many things he could have appointed, he could have been forced to appoint a special prosecutor on. And, you know, we had Congress for, I don't know why that never happened. You know, but, well, Obama controlled his DOJ, and he just didn't let Benghazi, Fast and Furious. I mean, the IRS scandal targeting conservative groups. There's three That's
huge.
There's three huge ones right there. And I know there's actually a list out there of like 20 things that could have had a special prosecutor on, but Obama was smart enough to control his DOJ and not let that happen. So meanwhile, we got Mueller going down this rabbit hole, and liberal law professor Alan Dershowitz agrees with me. So you got a right-left alliance here in the fact that Mueller is gone way beyond the scope of his parameters of this investigation.
Worrying. I think it shows that Mueller is going well beyond his authority as a prosecutor and is trying to make a case that the president might have engaged in obstruction of justice by engaging in constitutionally protected act. The president is entitled to fire the head of the FBI. The president's entitled to direct his attorney general who to investigate, who not to. That's what the law has been since Thomas Jefferson directed his attorney general to go after Aaron Burr. If we want to change it, we should change it by legislation or constitutional amendment, but you can't change the law by having a prosecutor make a crime out of something that's a constitutionally protected act.
Yeah, they don't like the things that are happening right now because they don't like the fact that Donald Trump is president. That's all that it comes down to. They never, none of this stuff ever came out during the 8 years of Obama, despite the fact that Obama abused executive authority and power more than any other president before him. You had all these scandals going on. Now they're coming to a fore because Obama and Lois Lerner and Eric Holder are not there to protect the Clintons anymore. And so I really hope they dig into this Uranium One scandal because I think it's going to get bigger and bigger, and the media is not going to be able to ignore it. Hannity's all over it, and some other commentators are as well. So, hey, County Councilman Mark Harder, we told him his segment was over, but he's still in the studio. So,
Am I leaving?
I don't want to.
I think that's a push-out.
Don't want to hurt his feelings, but no, teasing. Hey, Mark, I kept you here because you told me You have an announcement to make. Would you like to make this announcement now? We have a few minutes left here.
Are we going to talk budgets first?
Let's talk budget. We'll leave everybody hanging on the edge of their seats.
Okay.
There's going to be a big announcement in a second, but it is December this week, and that means it's budget time for the county council.
It is budget time for the county council as well as a lot of municipalities, and the St. Louis County is not any different. What we've been doing recently has been delving into the budget the way it was presented to us by the county executive, which is his part of the charter recommendation. He makes his recommendation to us. We are having meetings last month and this coming month, and then we will vote on each department's budget come the end of November or December. And if we can't come to an agreement on the budgets, then we'll hold those budgets over till next year. And this year is the first time the council has really pushed back on the budgets and really delved in and gone deep on some of the expenses, because we're facing a possible deficit coming up here soon, and we want to make sure that we can smooth that deficit out, if not eliminate it. And so we're trying to spend a lot of extra time figuring out where we can make cuts in our county budget and see if there's services that can be combined or other things that we can do to make it a better budget.
Does the county have any kind of balanced budget requirement mechanism? Is it in the charter? Do you guys just do it if you can? I mean, what's the story there?
No, actually, in our charter, we have a budget. The county council, the county executive has to present a balanced budget to us.
Okay.
So that's where we start every year. Now, sometimes it's balanced by the end of the year. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes we have a surplus. And in the past, we've had some surpluses, and then that usually rolled into the next year and paid some of the deficits in the next year. So it's just constantly robbing Peter to pay Paul sometimes in the budgets based on the economy as a whole. But our budgets have actually been going down because our revenue throughout the county has been going down.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of it is changing in retail patterns. Most of our tax that comes into the county proper for the county government functions is based on sales tax, and more people are going online and going to Amazon and going wherever. And so every one of those nickel and dime transactions and dollars and $100 transactions are coming in less on the sales tax side of it. So, and then also we were in a reassessment year, so all of the reassessment rates have been reduced because the value of the homes went up. And you know how that we do that every 2 years because of the Hancock Amendment. We either change the rate up or down, or we in relation to how the assessments are coming in.
And growth would solve a lot of these issues.
It would, and we've grown a little bit out of our budget issues because the economy is good, thanks to Trump and other things. But there are some issues that are lagging behind, and especially in some of our poorer areas, the assessments have not been as high. So. Because the value of the property has not gone up as great as other areas.
Well, we got 2 minutes left, so you have an announcement you'd like to make tonight.
I have an announcement on the Tim Jones Show here tonight that I am going to seek and will run for re-election for next year for our County Councilman District 7.
Wonderful. Yeah, see, our audience even likes that. Yeah. So are you telling me you've been in county council for almost 4 years?
Almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years next January.
I feel like you just got elected yesterday.
It does. It feels like it. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a great experience. I've learned
Well, you've
a
worked
lot.
really hard. Let me just say that. In all serious, we have a lot of fun, you and I do, but in all seriousness, you've worked really hard. I've seen you more than any previous councilman for our area. You are my county councilman, and you're everywhere doing everything, and you really took this seriously.
And I think so. And I think I've probably done more in that area than my predecessors, and I've gotten involved because I was locally involved in municipalities, so that's kind of my sweet spot. So I've been involved in Eureka and Baldwin and Ellisville and Chesterfield.
Well, good deal.
That's all.
I got to wrap us up. Do you have a website or anything people can check out?
You can go to my
Facebook page,
St. Louis County District 7 Facebook page, or you can look me up, Mark Harder, on Facebook as well, and look at what's going on in District 7.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate
you.
it. We had a great show. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Andrew. And always want to thank my folks, without whom I would not be here talking to you all here tonight. And, of course, my lovely wife is the most patient woman in the state of Missouri, and my 2 lovely daughters, Katie and Abby. Be home soon, ladies. Thank you all very much for making my year. To all of our great listeners out there, I am so thankful to all of you for helping us have this incredible station with this incredible show, and keep listening. We'll be back here next Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Jamie will be back in the morning with Almond in the Morning here at FM News Talk 97.1.
The Tim Jones Show.
When it comes to saving and managing your hard-earned money,